Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower. With me today, we got
Kyle McIntyre.
McIntyre. All right, Kyle. What's
up, dude?
What's up?
What's up?
What's shaking?
What's good? What's shaking? What's grooving? What's good?
Is good. Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking?
Well, I guess music-wise, I've been trying to finish up like a full length. Mm-hmm. So, for my synth project for Sunrunner. And so I have about like 14 song ideas that I need to flesh out. Some of them are pretty, good in length and stuff. I just need to add a chorus or, work out some stuff. I showed it to you last week after we had done.
Yeah. I think they're on the drive. Yeah, it's like 14 different ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like I said, some of them are full songs, some of them are only like a minute long of just a riff or like not a riff, but just like I guess you just call it an idea, but it has more than just like a riff. There's more to the bunch of layers, but I haven't expanded on those. So I find I kind of work best like that. If I, have a song idea, it might not be a full length song, like 3 minutes or whatever, but if I can come back to that and go, okay, if I were to continue the next progression after this, it would be, I would go to F. What if I went to F and then, whatever. Mm-hmm. So then I add that to it. I'm like, okay, oh, no, that one sucks. I'll get rid of that. Let me, whatever, work through it. But if I listen to it enough as like a minute-long song, I can kind of picture what the next step is, and so I can kind of go after that. So I have not only the 14 songs, I have probably 10 more in that same group.
Same group. I got a grip of songs.
I got a grip in this group. So there are more song ideas, but I don't know if they'll actually make the cut.
Okay.
They don't really feel. They don't have the same feel, and that helps also. Like when I'm making some of these, I'll make the minute long whatever, and then just like close it, and I have another idea for something else. So that doesn't really fit, so I'll make it. So I have a bunch of songs that don't really fit together sometimes. And then I was like, oh, this would sound good. This is, and then I go back through it and listen to them in a row and go, these don't have the same feel.
I was about to say, do you ever have like songs where you have multiple ideas, like minute long ideas, and like, oh, if I just change the key, these will work? And just kind of.
I guess I could. I have not done that. To answer your question, no, I'm not that smart.
No.
Sometimes I think of it like this is how it is. This is how this song is.
Yeah, and not changing it. There's nobody else in the room.
There's
nobody collaborating.
You can't make me.
No.
I am the band. And it's
this is the fucking song. Do you understand me?
Or I just have Zoom with two, I have all me.
You have cardboard cutouts of yourself, and you're like, look here, you piece of shit. It's like, what'd you say?
I brought you into this, and I could take you out.
You spit in your face.
I wipe it on.
Oh. You have the cardboard cutout.
I knew you were crazy.
The cardboard cutout of yourself, which is life size, and it's like, look, this is the song. We're leaving it this way. Anybody have a fucking problem with this? And then you just pull your shirt up a little bit and you show that you have a piece. And then there's a new cardboard cutout. That one does the same thing. You're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Things got serious.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old fashioned Texican standoff.
And then your wife's like, he's going crazy in there. He's losing his mind.
What's he doing there? Oh, he's just playing.
Yeah, it's intense game. The room starts spinning. You're like, ah.
So yeah, working on that. I don't know. It's some of the songs sound really good. Some of them like I don't know if this will make the cut. So
yeah,
it's a tough process.
Mm-hmm.
So not a lot make it out alive. I guess I don't ever stop making new songs. I just continue to make.
Gotcha.
Like I have so many and not to be like, I have so many ideas that it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have hundreds of
well, that's
bounced ideas.
That's good.
They're not always good.
As easy as it is for me to write and record ideas, I haven't done any. And I'd say in this quarter for sure of the year, I haven't done shit. I mean, I'm recording just in case an album with the band. But as far as like my own ideas, zero. Done zero.
Well, I'm looking right now. So some of these are Patreon, but I actually went through and filtered out a lot of Patreon, got rid of them. I guess I should look at here. I was going to say there's 250 in this one folder, but some of those look like they're repeats because they're like, okay, well, this is 715. That's not even any better. Okay, so I have 715 reason tracks. Some of those are, like I said, main and Patreon recordings.
Yeah.
But I got rid of a lot of those a long time ago. So some of these are just random. Yeah. That's a lot of fucking.
Yeah, there was some shit on my hard drive that it was taking up tons of space. I think it's Final Cut like sessions are huge.
Yeah.
Like could be like 50 gigs.
Dang. One? Dang.
And then the ones that we do here for our pod, it can be pretty big too, even though it's just one video track, one audio track.
Yeah. Like 1 gig, 2 gigs.
Yeah, no, at least probably 5 gigs, something like that.
Oh.
And the video is not even fucking 1080. But I bounce it or whatever, I bounce it to 1080.
Oh, the video. Sorry, I was saying the audio.
Audio, no. Audio is like probably a gig or two. Not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because this is 90 in this folder with reason. I have it labeled as reason tracks.
Yeah.
So if I save it, it goes to reason tracks. If I bounce it, it goes to bounced. Because, I'm a fucking genius. I figured that one out.
Yeah.
715 files, 91 gigs of just, some of them aren't full length. Some are, when I say full length, some don't even make it to like a minute, you know? But I do eventually go back through these and go, oh, what was that one? What was that one? What was that? I'll go and listen to them like, oh, I like that idea. Let's resurrect that and actually continue and add in something else because I have this new synth, whatever,
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Not to, get you into the enigma that is my genius level brain.
Yeah.
129 IQ over here.
Yeah.
But I do need to take a legit IQ test so they can tell me I'm stupid as hell.
Yeah. We should take
knock me back down the ladder.
We should take IQ tests and see who has a higher IQ.
Yeah. I already know.
You're like, it'd be me for sure.
You're a total dickhead.
Just instead of even trying to like play, you're like, no, it'd be me, you stupid fuck.
Anyway, so that's me music wise. Just kind of.
Have you noticed? I've just been looking at it. Does the video look any different? Have you noticed?
No.
Okay, trying different settings.
Never cared.
Never cared.
I never cared. Anyways,
because I'm just looking at the differences and performance-wise of my cameras. Not that I have there's still the crop sensor and kind of like, $700 cameras, not too bad. And then my other one is not like $1,200, which in camera world,
this one's an $80 camera.
Yeah,
so.
Camera world is bullshit money. But it's also like just looking at the different I'm like, let's look up camera settings and spend hours doing this. And I'm like just watching videos. I'm like, base ISO and stuff like that. Anyway, so I changed the settings to be the best performance, but also it's just going through Zoom, so you're probably not seeing any difference. Anyways, Brian, shut up. Cut that out.
No, it's fine. Other than that, I've been doing some furniture shopping, I guess.
Okay.
So, well, it's not been me, I guess. It's been my wife rediscovered.
Yeah.
I showed her Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
So I've been having to run around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I had spotted like a desk, like one of those steel steel desks, like mid-century modern ones. They call them tanker desks. But this one I've never seen before. Usually tanker desks have like, a laminate top with like a steel bead or around it.
Yeah.
And they have like drawers on both sides.
Yeah.
And they're big, and they come in like 50s colors, like mint, pink, yellow, or gray.
Yeah.
But I found this one that was just the desk with like solid legs on so 2 legs on each side, so like solid tapered, like in like a tapered legs on both sides with little tiny, anyways. Not to get
You should take a photo because this is not. I'm like trying to picture.
No, it's not translating
anything that you're saying. I'm like,
it's a steel desk from the 50s.
Yeah, and you got it for a steal.
I did. I got I mean, little tiny thing. So it's a little. The other ones are huge and they weigh like really they weigh a lot. This was still heavy, but it was small, and I've never seen one before. So we drove out past the. You're not gonna know past the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
I've been there.
I mean, it was like an hour and a half to get out there.
Yeah.
And picked it up and then put it in place. It was great. We cleaned it down. Someone obviously had painted it between when it was made and now. So we'll probably refinish it at some point, but right now it works great. That same day we went to a surplus store for a UT Austin. They have like where they have a center where they just kind of we're getting rid of furniture from this building now, and so that's all for sale.
Mm-hmm.
So she spotted a cabinet, like a 7 foot tall, like 200-pound freaking solid wood.
Okay,
I'm not bitching.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm I don't have a vehicle right now that it would fit in. That's running. So
what the
that was fun.
F350.
I know. I gotta get it fucking fixed, dude. I'm working on other things. I'm working on my album,
running.
Bro.
I'm working on an album.
I'm gonna be big one day.
Yeah.
I'm big now,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be in the music world.
Yeah. Once that album hits, then I'll have money to fix the track.
I'll be able to buy 3 F-150s.
Yeah.
No, I actually have enough to fix it right now, or whatever it is, just to have someone kind of go through it and fix all the problems.
You just like couldn't let that go. I'm fucking swimming in it, by the way. Okay.
I'm
not broke like you.
Give me a high five. I'm drowning in it right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm just swimming in cash.
Yeah. No, I do have enough, but
I'm liquid.
I just haven't, committed to getting it done.
Yeah.
What's one thing at a time. So
once his album hits gold.
Heavy ass wooden cabinet.
Well, how'd you get it home?
Moved it. Allegedly, I put it in my work truck.
Got it. Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Didn't fit because it's so fucking
it's
long.
All hearsay and conjecture.
Yeah. I will deny it till I die.
Yeah.
No, I was working down there, and I swung and picked up and drove it home, and then went back to work. Allegedly.
Yeah. And just all incriminating.
Yeah, I fucking twisted and hurt my back though, getting this thing in there.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with like a lower back, issue, a little like a pinch.
Yeah.
It's almost gone. Yeah, I think the vodka's really helping out. Yeah.
All right.
So drinking for 2.
Yeah.
Just like you said earlier.
Yeah.
So got that in. Today we were working on it. Just kind of it's not the best condition, right? It's it's really cool though. It's a solid cabinet. We're gonna use it for like extra pantry because we don't have any storage in that kitchen. There's like nothing. So we'll be able to put it up against the wall and see what fits in there.
Yeah, have to give me some photos.
Working on that.
Just pop them in so I can kind of see what you're talking about.
Right here, there's a cabinet, and then right here is a desk.
Yeah.
And then right here's me. So other than that, we're working on the Vic today.
Yeah.
And yesterday I went to start it because I was going to go meet up with some friends at a gun show. And I was like, I haven't driven the Vic in 2 months. I doubt that this thing will fucking start because I worked on some stuff and I stopped working on it and haven't driven it since.
Yeah.
And went to start it. fucking dead.
Damn.
I did hear, like the key, like the little bing bing but it would not start. And so I could have jumped it. It did actually have a charge. It could have taken. I just don't have jumper cables anymore. I threw away my last pair because I melted them. Trying to jump the crown or the jumping the El Camino a while ago. I put too much juice through them, and they got cooked. So, but anyways, the battery, amazing. The battery was from November of 2017. And like, I bought that thing in 2017, like the last month. I think it was like December.
Yeah.
And then I put that battery in, and I've had no problems with that car ever. Like, I've not had any problems with that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's 7
that's
years.
pretty crazy.
That's a long time. Yeah.
That's a long time for a battery.
Usually don't last more.
Usually they last
5.
like 2 years.
Okay. I was wrong. Like 5.
2 or 3 years. Usually they're like
it's like 2-year warranty. Got it.
Yeah, the warranty's like 2 years.
Yeah.
At least for me with my El Camino, it's like that thing was just burning through batteries.
Yeah.
For some reason. It's like the simplest wiring harness, But for some reason it burns through batteries quick. This thing like tendered that battery. It was so gentle with that thing. It was great. Definitely got my money's worth for it. But so I had to get a new one today. Got the same one. Yeah, it was $250 or whatever for a new one. It's expensive, man.
Yeah,
got my $20 back for dropping off the old one.
Not cheap.
Drop it off the old one. I'm like, take care of that one.
She's been good to me.
It's been good. Anyways, got that in and drove the Vic around. I'm like, man, this thing is so fucking sick.
Yeah.
I still need to change out my speakers. So I changed out the stereo.
Yeah.
That was a huge difference. The stereo sounds great, even through the stock speakers. It sounds like every song I was listening to music, whatever. I'm like, man, this is great. And I turn up loud. I'm like, okay, I could hear where it's like breaking up a little bit. I'm like, all right. Before it would break up a lot sooner than that, but now I have the speakers. I just need to pop them out and put the new ones in.
Oh, you already have them.
And then I have them. I've had them for a while. I just need to do that, and then change out the freaking window regulators because it's been so goddamn hot.
Yeah,
I don't want to go outside. And then when it cools off, you got freaking the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So just putting it off for a while.
Well, you just gotta go do it. Just dump them out.
Yeah, it's been in the 80s now, so I think we're gonna be good for a bit. It's gonna start raining. I'm literally looking. It's been raining all day pretty much today, but we're gonna get some more rain. So tomorrow maybe it'll be better to work on.
Yeah,
that's my plan for tomorrow.
Yeah. For
future Kyle, if you didn't get done, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I mean that's basically my what's new. I was super surprised that I was like, wait a minute, this battery lasted that fucking long?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what do you got? What do you got?
Still trying to keep it tight. Doing in 4 weeks.
Doing
no booze.
Sober September.
Yeah. It's 4 weeks, no booze. Keeping it sober. It's been good. And then I guess this past week, so now about a week into, I've done it before, like unintentionally, like intermittent fasting, to where it's like, it's what I gather, maybe it's more
so whenever that paycheck comes in,
yeah, it's like you like have 8 hours that you can eat. Not that you eat for 8 hours, but you can only.
Wait, what? You're not supposed to do that?
It's like you just graze for 8 hours. Like it's your job.
Cow.
It's like
you're like a cut. You get that cud. You regurgitate.
Yeah.
The Doritos Locos tacos you had earlier and chew it again.
Eat again. Or I mean,
keeps you going.
I'm sure it's just the brief overview of what it is. I haven't really looked too much into it. I'm like, yeah, this kind of works. Let's try it. So it's like you would eat like 10 to 6. I'm pushing it till 7, but like 10 to 7. So I'm like you don't eat like 10 a.m. to 7. You can even push it. Some people, a friend of mine, she like 1 to 10.
So you're skipping lunch basically.
Yeah, I mean, essentially 8 of the hours a day you should be sleeping.
I mean, hold
half
on,
the day
that's
you don't eat.
still part of my joke. I was gonna say, I already intermittent fast when I go to bed.
Yeah.
So
the thing
I've been doing that my whole life.
Not eat for 16 hours, at least, or something like that. That is blocked off. I'm not.
Would you midnight snack? I think some people have that problem where they get up and they eat.
No,
I don't. I don't.
If I like fucked up, I'm like, yeah, let's. It's like 1 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, I'll get something to eat.
Yeah. If you need to friggin' take care of that, soak up that booze.
Yeah,
I get it.
Oh yeah. But even like the idea is like, oh, you could eat like I said, a coworker friend of mine. She like 1 to 9 is what she eats, like 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. She's more of a night person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. The idea is like, okay, not obviously you want to eat better when you're doing that. But I've done it to where I'm like, okay, cool, eat pretty, keep it like low carb or keto. But every once in a while, I'm like, yeah, let me get. I don't have anything. Let's be fucking getting a sandwich and eating the bread. Did it for like I said, so kind of honestly keeping it for like about a week, and then the no boozing thing, and then I'm just, I'm
no
like, oh,
boozing,
no booze bag,
no boozing, no fighting, no cheating.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's okay. I mean, it's not too bad. There's like one day where I'm like, I just like if I had snacks and planned shit out at work, I'm like I could have started eating at 10, but it was like I didn't eat till like 1:30. I was like fucking like everything got on my nerves, and even somebody's like, hey Brian, how's it going? I'm like, I'm doing okay.
You wouldn't know.
I just mentioned, I'm like, I'm kind of doing this intermittent fasting thing. He's like, okay, yeah, you can tell you're a little stressed. I'm like, wow, that's what is like, I'm hungry. Here's a Snickers. Essentially, it was like that.
You're
like,
not yourself. Yeah. You're Joe Pesci.
You're not yourself. Yeah. And then, that. And then I had a coworker, like, to me, I'm like, I don't think it noticed any difference. The coworker was like, oh, wow, you look great. Looks like you've lost a lot of weight. Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like,
you're glowing, Brian.
Well, I'm just like, I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, I have a drinking problem. I just say like, oh, I'm sleeping better and, drinking more water and I'm doing
still sleeping on the floor, but I'm just like better sleep.
Just like trying to like just not like say too much. But I'm like, oh, this will get people to get off my fucking case. I'm like, oh, I'm trying intermittent fasting. Like, whoa, and then they just start going off. I'm like, okay, leave me alone now.
Now you're pissing me off.
It's like, oh, and then
you're pissing me off.
There's noticing like, oh, your skin looks better. I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking like, all right, and a lot of that has to do with probably like not drinking as much, Not like we've talked about it. Like Kyle, you're like, you don't have a drinking problem. Like, yeah, but it's like drinking is not good. So I'm like, just when I do start drinking again, I'm gonna like put the brakes and maybe do less than I was. But I'm like, okay. So you're like, oh, your face even. I'm like, oh, fuck, was it that noticeable? Like, how much weight did I lose on my face? I'm just like, that too. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just like lying. I'm like, oh, because I'm just sleeping better and just, sleep is good for you. And like, yeah, it is. And then intermittent fasting. Oh, yeah. And it's like, and then they all just start talking on there. I'm like, okay, smoke bomb, time to leave.
You just like sneak out.
Yeah. And then, so I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to, better myself. Like I said, trying to,
I don't know why you would even want to do that.
And even like dumb things too. This could be like putting lipstick on a pig. Started like trying different facial cleansers and like lotions. Apparently just using body wash and body lotion isn't really that great for your face. I never knew. 36 years old. Finally, like, okay, there's specific stuff you're supposed to wash your face with. So I tried it and I'm like, thought like, oh, I'm just naturally just have like really, really oily bad skin. Which is how it is. I'm like, no, when you use the right cleanser, I'm like, oh, wait, no, shit. I mean, yeah, it's not nearly as bad as it was at all. I'm like, well, what else you got? What else could I actually look into? Actually, like, proper facial lotion. Because I'm like, oh, it's dry, so I'll put lotion on your face. Well, it's meant for your, like, hands and your body, not your face. I'm like, lotion is lotion. What the fuck is the difference? And so just shit like that.
That one's for your taint, and that one's for your feet. You mix those ones up.
Yeah, I'm like, it's all skin. What the fuck is the difference? Anyways, so little shit like that. And I'm like, huh. Well, just looking into it, I'm like, oh, and the people are like, oh, yeah, your face and skin looks better. I'm like, well, it's also could be I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to tell them. You just like better off just not telling people things. I'm like, this is easier. Anyways, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to better, I'm getting my at least 10,000 steps in a day, getting my walks in, a little bit of jogs. But
That's probably a good part of it too. Is
getting my walks in, getting tons of my water intake in sparkling form. But hey, still, water is water, right?
That's why you're looking at it. You're sparkling, Brian.
Yeah, just pissing my brains out. Anyway, so that's not to like
you're pissing that really expensive water.
Yeah, not like I'm like, hey, I'm fishing.
Wow, Brian, your dick's looking better because you're pissing that really nice
the sparkling water
at work. Yeah, your dick is fucking sparkling.
Wow. Does that sound effect?
Was it the Kirby?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm trying to better myself, and like intermittent fasting, I feel like that's something I can do. So, like I said, I'm not always eating the best things, but I think that is, if I do falter, it still keeps it within the 10 to 7. We'll see how that goes, and I will eventually, hopefully, tighten that up to get more keto. But it's like, like I said the other day, I'm like, I'm just gonna get a sandwich. Fuck it. Jersey Mike's, baby. Get it Mike's way.
Is there? Wait, did you say there's one of those in the mall?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh fuck.
One in the mall.
That's dangerous.
And then there's like 3 on my way home.
Yeah,
leaving the mall.
Really expanded.
Yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it.
I did hit an In-N-Out a couple times this week.
You're like, and I was intermittent fasting.
Yeah. Between each bite, I would took a breath.
Yeah. But yeah, so
I think.
So those are, non-gear things. So, but as far as gear, music things, I did buy something. I talked about it last episode, and I just said, "Oh fuck it, why am I waiting? I should just buy it." So I bought the Zoom F3, I believe it's called, the field recorder. So I talked about it. Yeah, it's called F3. All these names for things. I threw it on the IEM in-ear monitor board that we have for just in case. And you can see it. Maybe. Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. Let's see.
It was the moos I just saw. Oh, no, the woos.
Yeah.
Oh, Zoom.
Yeah. So, it's a cool, like, little box here. And apparently, it's just like Zoom recorders. Like, oh, they're all great, like an H6 or whatever. And apparently this is like their new, like a new thing that Zoom put out for, was kind of meant for like field recorders for movies and video and stuff like that. And shit I bet there's differences in like the type of recording, which we'll get into in a second. But I got it mainly because like, okay, it has 2 XLR inputs.
Nice.
So I just need one that is going to come out of our headphones that we have for the in-ears. So we have one for Brian, Adam, myself, and then one goes to our wireless, but we can unplug that and just have it go to the Zoom for practice. Or if we play shows, just come out of either. It's the same mix for all outputs. So I just take one and plug it into this Zoom here. And I have it coming out. And I had plenty of these, so I didn't have to buy any more cables. I'm doing it. So just a TRS.
No, we want to see you plug it in, Brian. We don't know how that works.
Yeah. So TRS to XLR Mogami cable. So it's nice. So I was going to be like, I need to get the nicest cables. And I'm like, I already do have the nicest one. So it's just from either, I don't remember what I had it for, either monitors or I was plugging the HX Stomp to my system here. But yeah, so it's already ready to go. It's battery powered, or you can also do USB-C, but have it battery powered and get to see how long that lasts. Double A's, I believe. And then
get those lithiums.
I did actually buy some charger.
Oh, you got some rechargeable
batteries.
Lithium ions. Or the LiFePOs.
I don't know.
Lithium iron phosphates.
But so I tried this at last band practice. The idea is that I want to use get live footage of the band and then use with cameras and stuff like that, but get a good recorded music to it instead of just like camera audio or syncing it up to the recorded audio from the CD that that's not real. And just using it for our Instagram, but also for videos and stuff like that I do on the podcast. And recorded just testing it out at band practice last week. It actually sounds great. Sounds awesome. So,
Hell yeah.
we've in the past used like Brian has like an H4, so you have the H5 Zoom. That's what we started the podcast on. I got the H6, which we continued on, and I use that now for off the rails. Did use it a little bit for videos that I did for the YouTube, which I haven't done. Might get back into that. I would like to. Anyways, but so this is comparable, and then Brian had an H4, which he was using for some of his videos, but he's like, oh, I'll bring it to practice every time. And like, got to the point, I'm like, it's bulkier, like not huge. It's not like bringing a fucking laptop, but it's like, bulkier than that. It wouldn't fit on the board. You get to plug it in every time. And then it's, Brian's thing that he's using for his videos and his own work. I'm like, I should have one that's just dedicated for this board. So let me find something. So I found the small little F3 guy. And apparently it's awesome. It's great. Like I had mentioned, it's for like kind of film use and stuff like that. I had mentioned it to RJ, and he's like, oh shit. He's like, it does 30-bit float or 32-bit float. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but cool. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I love root beer floats.
Yep, I found that on the packaging. Yeah. That's exactly what it does. And that's exactly why I bought it.
Yeah, apparently that's great because it's like, I think it's more headroom. Like things will clip less often. Like you have to do a lot to make it clip.
Okay.
Really set your levels really fucking poorly. And so 32-bit is...
So float means headroom?
Something, but I think 32-bit is like, there's more information in the audio or whatever. Something like that. So like, we're recording the podcast, which I assume your audio is, which you sent it to me, it works. It's, you record in 44, was it kilohertz? And then we do 24-bit audio pretty much for everything. All music is done 24-bit. We've always done it that way. I think 16-bit used to be for CDs, but it's 24-bit is what we've done now. And then 48 kilohertz is most of the, or kilohertz, I keep saying that. 48K is what I sample rate. And then 24-bit. I've never used 32, but apparently this thing does it. And that's good because I never clipped it. I even just started gaining the, because you have like a little audio screen, like little LCD screen on there. I'm like, okay, it doesn't look like it's hitting top and bottom, hitting the back walls. So it should be good.
Yeah. Blowing the back out.
It's really, you can just kind of like, all right, I'll record it and figure it out. And so it was nice to have that. And it's, music, like I said, like for videos and stuff like that was the idea to always have that ready to go. Because instead of, like Brian bringing his own shit, like I said, no, it's cool that he has it. But I'm like, just keep that. Let's have this always on the board. And this thing fires up really fucking quick. And it could have been, I don't know, maybe Brian has a slower SD card. It takes like, you got to like turn it on. And the H4 is like, It could take like
diesel generator on that thing.
I mean, probably not, but it feels closer to a minute for it to boot up.
Damn.
Probably not. Like I said, it's
probably like 15 seconds.
It could be, but it feels like an eternity. Especially if you're like, oh, this show's getting started. Let's go. I'm like, whereas this thing, you turn it on, it's ready to go. You hit the record button, it's already recorded, saved, ready for the next track. I'm like, fuck, okay, this thing's fast. It's obviously because it's like, newer.
Yeah.
But, so the wanted no clipping or anything. Maybe I'll put some of the music that are recorded just so you can hear what like I get from this. So it's not getting anything from like, it's not individual tracks. It's just one mix into this guy, and I'm actually pretty impressed. I'm like, that sounds pretty fucking good. So I'll put it just like a sample here. Wow, I like that.
I loved it.
So
I love it.
Just for ideas and recording, like the set is gonna be great. And then also once we start doing like new song ideas, which we're starting to do that again, but it really was helpful to have some sort of recording when we were doing. A lot of times we used our phone, but a lot of having just ideas so we can put them in the drive and just back to them, because some of them it's like we'd write music for just in case, and then Adam would listen to like the recorded thing. Like, okay, let's try and write lyrics to this. So I don't know. It's kind of nice little piece, nice piece here, and
a nice piece there. Stand at the urinal.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I was thinking about like I said, bringing my camera to, shows and stuff like that, so it wouldn't be too bad. Like I got this another little piece of gear here. So this is same brand as so Peak Design makes these little like cubby cases, cube cases, a little more rigid. You pop these into my backpack that I have. I have a Peak Design backpack, a daily. I don't remember what the hell the name of it is. It's a 30 liter, not 90, but it's pretty good size. Put these put these in, and then you can modular. You can make a storage. So I got this, so I can carry my camera with a lens on it, and then spare lens and crap like that on there. So this I can throw this in my gig bag, and then I have my camera, and then I get recorded audio. And it could be good for content. Obviously, always need content, right? The content for
where's the content?
So the band Instagram could be for our Instagram, just shit like that. And then I'm like, okay, that's gonna be cool. And I'm thinking like, Brian could mention like, I can bring my camera. It's like, yeah, but he's got to, not that he shouldn't or couldn't, but I'm like, oh well, he's got a nice camera and he's already got.
You're the drummer.
No,
I don't
no,
know how
no.
to tell you this.
No, he's already got.
But you're the drummer.
So much shit to bring. Because we're talking about this. He's like, I can bring mine, and he's like, I know, but it's like his cameras are bigger than mine. They're way nicer than mine, and I'm like, I would fucking hate it if something happened to that just at a gig where you weren't looking or whatever, and somebody, whatever. Not that I would want mine destroyed, but I was like, I could $700 is different than like a couple grand just for the body. Anyways, so I was thinking about like more like gear. I'm like, you know what I need? I should get a GoPro.
You could.
They're not that much more expensive.
Never mind. I thought I sent you there's a GoPro meme going around. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
First owner, it's like doing the rad like jumps and stuff and skydiving, and then the second owner's like battlefield footage. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like current battles around the world going on right now. I'm like, I guess that might be true.
Yeah.
First owner's like doing rad shit. Second owner's fucking committing war crimes.
Yeah. So I was thinking of getting, just a GoPro and maybe just like clamp it onto like Brian's drum so we can get a second angle. Might be cool for videos. Might be just like, not much more for editing for myself or whatever. I'm just thinking ahead of more crap that I haven't done yet. So let's add more stuff.
Yeah.
But it could be like a GoPro. You throw it in a little case, throw it in the monitor, bag or box that we have. And we just always have it for shows. So I was thinking like, oh, Brian, he's got plenty of cameras. I have cameras too, and it's like, okay, like if Brian brought his camera, cool. Then it'd be like, hey man, can I use that? Can I borrow that SD card for like a week and a half? What if he needs it? Then like I jam him up. I could,
get your own SD card. They're super cheap now.
I guess I could just give him one. You're poking holes in my. I want to spend more money and get a GoPro, Kyle.
SD cards are like, for like, I don't know. Like, you can get a really nice one for a good price.
Yeah, I got a 500 gig one, nice one for $50.
Yeah,
but
damn, I remember when dang, that's pretty good. I mean,
yeah,
I remember when you could get like, I don't know, $30 for a 2 gig one. You're like, wow, this is or like a 3 gig or whatever. You're like, this will hold everything on my computer.
Yeah, it was like 128 gig flash drive, USB drive, whatever the hell it is. I saw that. I'm like, for like $11. Like, I saw it on Amazon. I'm like, it's in the nice brand SanDisk, and I'm like, should I just get that? It's just like, buy more stuff, buy product. It's just like, anyways. And I was thinking like, I don't even need another, because I always have my phone. But we've talked about it with that podcast I did with Austin, that Dr. Squatch, James Schrader, that guy.
Yeah.
The commercial guy.
Rad dude, by the way.
Cool guy. Get into him in a second here. But that was a real fucking bitch and a half to get the footage off my iPhone. So an Apple product with footage to get it onto my MacBook, which is also
another. Yeah, I think that's made by Apple.
It would not talk to each other. They could not get it. It's like, what you want to do? What? I'm like, put this.
You got to spend another $80 to get the program.
I don't know if it wanted me to update both, iOS on both devices. So operating system on my MacBook and my phone, which is they're both dated. But I had to like use fucking. I talked about it. It was an AirDrop. I had to AirDrop a fucking video file, like it was 10 gigs to my laptop, even though I had a cable hooked up. Anyways, not doing that again. Even though the phone footage looks fucking good, it looks fine. It's fine, but I can't use it unless if I do record a set, which is gonna be like 30 minutes or more of HD footage. Cool, it's stuck on your phone, bucko. Look good.
That's ridiculous.
Anyway, so I'm not gonna deal with that again. So I was like, okay, maybe just getting an SD card, and Brian could use this camera, or I'll just get a GoPro. Probably gonna get a GoPro. But I talked about that James Schrader podcast, which I did with Train. Use my phone for that, for one of the angles, and it was such a bitch. But I'll make anyways. So speaking of James, so now I want to say like something to where I'm like such a mark when it comes to ads. I don't know how you are for your online ads. I'll see something on Instagram, and I showed it already, but it's like I bought because it was like sent to me. It was like not sent to me. It was just on Facebook. I'm like, okay, some guy was playing these Pale Blue is the brand, so not sponsored at all. I saw these. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. And they had like a sale or something like that going. So these are size AA batteries. They're USB-C charging. It comes with a cable that you can charge 4 batteries at once. It comes in a little case. I'm like, this is fun. And then
what's the cycle on those? How many charges?
I don't know. I think it goes. Maybe I could be misquoting. It's like thousands or 1,000 maybe, which I'm like, or it could be hundreds. I don't know what it is, and I haven't found how long the charge lasts yet. I'm gonna find out probably at band practice, or maybe find it out at a show. Maybe. Got these for our wireless packs for the in-ear monitors, and then just because we were going through AA's really quick, because I'm like, I used it for a show or two, and I'm like, I don't know how much is left on here. And I saw, heard that like sometimes it'll go like, full 4 bars on your battery, and then just poof, gone. I'm like, cool. Not that it would ruin the set, because we could either put new batteries in, or just go to the cables that we bring. At least with these, I'm like, I'm not sure how much I could just charge it the day before, and then they're gonna be good. So, did I need to buy them? No, but I did. That was an ad. But another one is these ads that I saw from that guy James Schrader, the Dr. Squatch guy.
Yeah,
I think I may have mentioned it, but I'm like, I started getting like different deodorants. I'm trying to stray away from Old Spice and all the chemicals and shit like that in it, and then aluminum. And I know that there's some without. But I'm like, okay, let me try. I went to some natural ones, which was like charcoal, activated charcoal or whatever. I'm like, these are okay. Not too bad. And then, what did I do? I tried the Dr. Squatch one. I'm like, okay, this has it's good, natural kind of deal. And I'm like, these are everywhere. So you can get it at Target, CVS, wherever. And then they smell good. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do these. And then I'm like, okay, that James guy is hawking a good product. And guess what else I saw? Some socks. I've been fighting the battle of stanky feet for a while, and saw these ones, which they're hollow socks. So again, we're not sponsored by Dr. Squatch or Hollow. He is.
They're pretty sweet.
Yeah, so they're alpaca socks made in the U.S. They're they're pretty much kind of like wool but softer, and same deal. It's like moisture wicking. Your feet don't stink. So my feet they stink less. Let me just say that. But they're comfy, and I'm like, all right. And I'm like, this guy, he mentioned it on the Off the Rails episode, but he started a company that he's like the spokesman for, but he's actually like owns the company now. So it's not, instead of him just being the guy, he's like, I'm part owner. Is new hydration kind of packets or whatever. I'm sure you've seen those like Liquid IV or
Yeah, it's their take on Liquid IV.
Yeah, which is Vita Wild, I think. Which I'm like, okay, and I'm like kind of like, maybe I should give these a shot, because I got Liquid IVs and I like them. They kind of like just Gatorade. You can whatever mixes, and then Liquid IVs. They peddling those on Are You Garbage? And I'm like, all right, Foley and Kippy, they seem like good guys. And then this one, I'm like, I'd like see the James Schrader, like, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah,
and he is. Kid's good. I might buy those. So it just shows how dumb I am. I'm like, Dr. Squatch, let's buy these. And then I'm like,
did you get those socks in yet?
I got them. I like them a lot. They're very comfy, very soft. But we'll see how long they last. But as I said, I just gotta few pairs. They look great. So I have Darn Tough, which are kind of more my ones for boots. They're I don't know, crew socks or whatever. I don't. They're I don't know what the hell they go up to the calf.
Crew socks versus boot.
Yeah, and then I got some. What are the Duluth ones? You said the no funk copper ones.
Yeah, those ones are good. They're warm. They're like too warm for me.
I don't mind them. They're comfy.
What I've noticed.
They just didn't have them in black when I got them, which so I'm like, and then other
my color.
Other than that, they're great. But I was just like, oh, let me try these. The hollow ones look like just like Hanes, so they just look, but they're So so far I've worn them for like maybe about a month. I like them. I like them a lot. So I might continue on with those. Again, not sponsored, but anyways, it just shows how susceptible I am to these ads. So I got these chargeable batteries, which I like the idea of. Just like I said, because we were going through packs and packs of batteries, just because like, and now I have like a box that are like some charge batteries that I need to go through or whatever. And then, but I'm like, I wouldn't be like feel comfortable bringing those to a show. So I'm like, don't put them with the gig ones. These are the box of like the maybes, maybe pile. Like it'd be something like, oh, use them for remotes, use them for whatever, but not for a gig. Whereas these, I like the idea. It's like you charge it, it's green when it's good, so it's done. So, I am part of the problem. I just buy stuff. Admittedly, I'm like, as much as like, I want a minimalist. Less is more. Quit buying stuff. Capitalism bad. And I see ads. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy that. I need less batteries going to the landfill. I'm good. I'm a good person.
I'm a good boy.
Yeah. Whereas like, good for the earth. I'm good. I'm a good boy. Just how dumb I am. And then, like I said, like, oh, James, he's a nice guy. I'm going to drink the stuff he bought.
I'm going to buy his socks and put his deodorant on my skin and drink his liquid IV
Drink
stuff.
the shit that he makes.
I will turn into James Schrader at the end of this.
He's a super nice guy. I'm sure I would meet him, and then he wouldn't know who I was. I'd have to be like, oh, hey, I'm Brian. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, cool. Awesome. I'm like,
yeah, cool, dude.
Yeah, I'm like,
James. Yeah.
Off the Rails podcast, Austin Train. I was the producer, the guy who was sitting behind you. And he's like, oh,
Yeah,
like, I would have to say all that for him to know who I was.
Yeah.
But anyways, cool guy. All right. Well, yeah. So I don't know. That was kind of it. I'm like, we'll just stray away from like the buying more thing. No, this next topic is actually is part of it. And then the thing is, I like, and not that I hate it's part of things, right? You have to buy stuff, and sometimes
you got to spend money to make money, Brian.
You get that dopamine hit from buying stuff. I get it, And then I don't think we are that type of podcast to where it's like, oh, more gear is more better. I don't know, but it's like, who knows? Like,
I think we believe in better gear, like not just more gear. I mean, not just whatever the new hotness is. Like, I think sometimes we're like, is it proven in our situation?
Yeah.
Then I don't believe you.
And I mean, I don't know. It's also different too. It's like, we're kind of a guitar gear podcast, but we're definitely, I don't know. I think we're more of a podcast than kind of like, oh, the new products and gear. And
we're more of a P-cast, bro.
Yeah.
And we really emphasis on the P since that break. You probably noticed.
Yeah. No, my edit skills. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, I was gonna move some stuff around. So
you take your shirt off.
It just goes. Yeah, it goes.
Yeah. So the cuts, people notice something.
Just hat is just a little more to the side.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's just like we do have other. I don't know. It's like I think if I do start up doing videos again for the. I don't know, YouTube channel and stuff like that. I want to do less demos and stuff like that, because I think the idea was, like some people's like, oh, I want to start a gear channel so I can get gear and get stuff. I'm like, I don't want people to send me stuff. I don't want your stuff.
Because then you're owned by their, you kind of have to give an opinion that's going to be,
I mean,
maybe it's not
I don't know. I like certain, I like specific gear. No, I can't word it in a way that doesn't make me sound like a fucking idiot, but here we go. You're going to jump on it anyways. Like, I want stuff that I want. Like, I don't want just to be given stuff. Like, hey, here's this stuff. I'm like, okay. I think about like, I think on the Patreon talked about like drive pedals. Okay, I want specific things or to try things. I'm like, or like an amp. Like, oh, cool, give me amps. I'm like, I don't want a Rev. I don't want whatever. I don't know. I'm like, I want Fender to give me a Tweed Deluxe.
Yeah.
Like, that's never gonna happen. Fender's gonna be like, hey, we want this fat idiot who's looking better, by the way. His skin's
You're glowing.
His skin's glowing.
I love that when people say that about pregnant women.
Yeah.
You're glowing. I'm like, you're
Yeah.
just lying. Shut up.
That's fucking made up.
You're just making it up. Trying to make them feel better about
Yeah.
themselves. Which is honorable. Okay.
PR or whoever at Fender looks at the podcast. I don't know. He's looking pretty good. I bet he's fucking.
Damn.
He's eating hoagies responsibly.
Yeah.
Instead of drinking responsibly. He's eating it during 10 to 6.
Yeah.
Drinking so many liquid deaths, he's pissing his brains out.
Yeah.
So that sounds dumb, right? I'm like, oh, I'd want like a specific thing. Like I'd say I don't want gear or whatever. And even like it would never happen. Even if it was like, oh, you're given camera gear. I'm like, well, I don't want this piece of shit. I want a Sony FX30 or FX3. And it's like, yeah, we'll never give that to you. Like, cool. Then don't give me shit. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, if like you're given sponsorships or whatever to do demos and stuff like that, I'm like, man, I don't really want that stuff. And there's no point. There's no way to be like, hey, we're gonna send you this thing. Not that we would get to that point, but if we ever did, I'm like, yeah, can you send me postage so I can send this piece of shit back to you? And it's like, no, you keep it as part of the payment. I'm like, I don't want it or have room or want to make a room for it. Can I actually send you one of my guitars and you pay me for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell this back to you.
Yeah,
that's where the value lies.
I send him my Squire acoustic. I know it's nostalgia and I have it in the background here. That thing sucks so much dick. It's no good.
Doesn't project at all.
No, it doesn't sound so bad. I talked about it.
You just need new strings for it.
I don't think it's even worth that. It's kind of a thing that's like, oh, like it's like gonna be just a display piece. It's not even good looking either. I think my Strat looks cool and plays well, and I like it. This thing doesn't play well, feels bad, and sounds bad. It doesn't look good either. The stickers were not a good placement and not good choice for most of them. Anyways, what are we talking about? Oh, this is a topic. You kind of sent this to me. I'm like, okay, loosey-goosey. And now we're talking about gear again. And talking about trends. And, I was, kind of prefaced that, and I didn't mean it to. I'm like, oh, society bobs, I weave. Like, people want stuff. I don't. Which is a lie.
Sting, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Which is a lie. I bought fucking the batteries. I bought fucking socks because a guy was funny. It's like, I'm an idiot. But I bought water because it has a skull on it. It looks cool. I don't look like an idiot. I drink this because it's cool. No, so I'm not above it. But okay, we're talking about like trends kind of in gear. So things that are coming out, things that have come out, and I'm like, you kind of mentioned this. I'm like, I don't know if I could really speak to what current trends are, but I know maybe like past ones and like, maybe like past 5 years that have like, are kind of just never hit or never went anywhere or like they were something that nobody cares about anymore. Like, one of the top ones to my brain, I'm like, I don't know if people still are on that guy, but remember that 1981 invention. Yeah. DRV. Loved them.
DRV.
Everybody loved them. It's not a bad pedal. But I remember like you couldn't like not see that on a board, not see that. That was one that was like a big hype thing for word of mouth mainly. You saw it like grassroots, I think, style.
Yeah. And it was like there were so many different color options that came in too.
Oh yeah.
Like right off the bat.
Yeah. And it's because it was
like made for years this one color, and then we changed it up and we did this color for a little while, and now we're back to the original. So it's like, this cult, it's like everyone got their own fucking color.
Yeah, and the thing is too, I never knew or never really saw them on like, people are like, what do you mean by that? Never saw them on like pro boards. Never saw bands actually playing them. Saw them on people's boards who were like on Instagram. Either also, I mean, it could have been people who were playing in their
church
bars.
Boards.
Church boards mainly. Yes, it kind of was there. Not that it's not real boards, not real bands or whatever. Yes, you could be playing in front of more people than I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it. But it's it's at church, and it's not, nothing wrong with that. But I'm like, I never really saw him like.
Yeah, there was no endorsement for EVH RIP.
Yeah.
EVH wasn't like holding it up and going.
Yeah, and not even it had to be that big, but it's like even like you saw Reliant K because it was that guy.
Yeah.
He was the guitar, or he is the guitarist. He's the maker of that pedal, whatever. It was on his board. No shit. It better be.
Yeah.
And then, but you never saw it on anyone else's. It wouldn't be on like the Menzinger's board. It wasn't on Gaslight Anthem. Wasn't on, Newfound Glory. Nobody had them on their boards. It's like you didn't see it. And at least I, wasn't looking super hard, but it's like, okay, you just never saw that pedal anywhere. So,
yeah.
But it was all on Instagram of people who just love that.
Well,
shit.
I mean, you could go down rig rundowns. You weren't seeing them on those.
No.
Yeah,
And
there's
then,
definitely Instagram hype.
Yeah, and it wasn't
church hype.
Yeah, something about it. I don't know if that guy was a church guy too. No, they were like King of shit. Yeah, they were Christian pop punk, and good. Yeah, great band. A good pedal, and not that it's died off, but it's just like that was one. It was
no, and I don't think we're criticizing the pedal. I think we're just criticizing like the trend.
Yeah, it was a trend.
That it was like everyone was like selling their grandma to get.
Yeah, and people would get the new variation, new color. So they get this, this matches my aesthetic or matches, my board. So they got another one. Or they got that one and got rid of their old one because it didn't match the other shit. Which is kind of cool. It's cool when brands do that sometimes. And then cause I see one that I have my eye on that I'd like to buy and try is another boutique one. So if we're going down boutique, maybe that's a trend. But mentioned it, Brown amplification, the Protein, which is a dual drive. And like the normal one is like an olive drab, right? Color.
Yeah.
Fine. That's good. And then I'm like, variations. Here it comes. Pink. Oh. And I'm like, whoa, okay. All right. Like to me, I'm like, yeah, okay. It's just like a bubblegum pink with white knobs. Okay, now we're talking. Now should I get that? I'm like, you get a used like olive green one, like for cheaper. You know what? But it's not pink, dumbass. So it'd be like what if you got the green one and then they come with other variation? Like, I gotta sell this and get the green one, or keep that one and buy that. So that's kind of was the same idea of the DRV.
Yeah,
different fonts, different colors, whatever, different knobs on this one. This one comes with a hat. Shout out to anyone who gets that reference. But. It's like that idea. So maybe that was like maybe first one to kick it off. I don't know if that's what you were thinking, trend wise, or
kind of like I was thinking like guitar wise at least too. Like you still see people, getting stoked over certain guitars or like retro. Moving back to. I mean, for an example, you had that one scene in. Stranger Things when he pulls out the BC Rich and starts playing Metallica. And people are like, oh man, finally pointy guitars are making their way back. I'm like, you could have done that a long time ago.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for a Netflix series to, highlight a guitar, But I think it's anyways, that was one thing. People were like, oh yeah, posting pictures and I don't know if that really led to it was a flash in the pan, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like but not to say those guitars aren't cool.
Well, I mean, pointy guitars, you don't think those are
just not the freaking ball sack ones. Those are the stupid
BC Rich exclusive, is what you're saying. I don't know if that did that really take off, or was that kind of just something that?
No, I just thought people were like, finally, they're showcasing. It's like,
oh, gotcha.
They're I think for a split second it was like that.
Mm-hmm.
People were like trying to sell shit, and I'm like, all right, well, this isn't gonna take off. It's just.
I think the retro shredder guitars are definitely maybe we're in it now. That's I think is a trend that has come back that people are like these are actually cool, like super shredder Strats.
Yeah, I think
thanks to like mainly I would say like something cool brand, cool guitars. They do it. Charvel, hello, give me those.
Charvel,
San Dimas ones all day. Those are
and maybe this is just my own perception, but like, was that Limp Bizkit's back playing, right? It's not like a super recent thing,
Yeah.
but they're playing whatever. And who's the guitarist? I can't think of his
Wes
name
Borland
right now. Yeah, so he's playing the Jackson like V's, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But he's playing with the offset V's, like the So that's, I would say, like a pointy fucking guitar. That's like,
yeah.
He's playing those, and he's playing just like shitty ones. He's not playing like the super expensive,
Randy Rhoads ones or whatever.
Yeah, he's not picking their signatures. He's just picking one off the shelf and having his tech mod it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the offset. I guess the offset Rhodes is the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that he's playing.
Offset V is the Rhodes. Yeah.
Well, I remember it was a super hot thing, probably at least in the past like 5 years or whatever. I mean, because it was, you never saw Jazz Masters and like offset guitars, and then when they say it started coming back, people are like, "Oh yeah, we're like," I guess, but these were around like, I guess in the 90s and stuff like that. It's like you didn't really like discover them. But people loved the shit out of them. Everybody had a version of like an
a Jazz Master, Duosonic, a Jaguar.
Yeah, and then even the hell was that company? I really liked like Co played them, Ronies, but they were they were an offset that was kind of like a hollow body or carved top, but I think they were based on something kind of like Builts as well. Those were cool, but I can't remember what the company was that was like the Ronies were based off of. Supros?
I have no idea.
Anyways, like those started kind of coming back.
Novo,
those
Revoltas.
Are cool, yeah. I mean, just the bigger. It's an offset. I mean, they are bigger body guitars, but not like huge hollow body. I would say that was like, that's definitely like a trend. I wonder.
It's still kind of going on. I mean, you have Tom DeLonge, who moved from his 333 right to a signature Starcaster, and that's an offset hollow body, semi hollow body.
Yeah,
it's still kind of going on. It's not. I mean,
gone.
Not that like.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's not gone. Yeah.
No. Yeah. And I'd not to say that he like, oh wow, innovation. One pickup, one knob.
Yeah,
wow,
because I came up with that fucking idea first before Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
He was listening in. He's probably like secret Patreon subscriber.
Yeah. He's one of the boner ones. The
Long DeLonge Silver. I think that's his name. He's a Patreon subscriber. $5 homie.
He's Drew P. Balls or something.
Nice. I like that. That got me too good. So stupid. Okay. Come on, Brian. Let's go. I was going to say something. Fuck. Oh, something poignant and great. No. You came with that stinger.
Well, like, I mean, Gibson's had, I mean, I guess we're still on the offset, there's been offset guitars forever, like through the 50s and, I guess it's maybe 60s. I don't know. Maybe just throwing out numbers. But, there have been some wild ass guitars that have been around forever. I mean, the V has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
People, that's a new thing. No, not really. I mean, they were a flash in the, was it 60s?
I thought it
and then didn't.
Was it maybe
50s
maybe? Early 50s? Or late 50s?
Yeah, I think it was late, but I mean, we're just making up things.
What the fuck do we know? Nobody's going to fact check us. We should, please.
Yeah, no, except for Steve. Steve hits us with some shit. I'm like, all right, god damn.
Look at you, knuckleheads.
Yeah.
He cracks both their heads
together like coconuts.
It's like, we're like 3 states away. How did that happen?
It got us good. No, yeah, it looks like a wild design because it kind of is.
Yeah.
But you're like, that came out a long ass time ago.
Yeah, it's not reminiscent of like an acoustic at all.
Yeah, we're pushing 70 years on some of those designs.
So
yeah, exactly.
One thing I was thinking is, and I think now a trend is like really small, like pedal board or like amp and a amp and a pedal thing, like an actual amp, not like like an amp drive type of thing. How like like Wampler, really famous for that. Does a lot of great ones. It'd be like it was big one is like the IK Multimedia. I think is it the Tone X? It's that one. It's like a mini pedal, which I kind of was looking cool. The one thing is like if it just had an XLR instead of like a 1/4 inch out.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, that's all you would want. If it sounded good. From people, I think I've heard they sound okay.
If you say that I came multimedia, just sounds like you said I came.
Multimedia.
Yeah, I came multimedia. Like, great, dude.
I think that's what the brand is.
It is. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. So.
Fact checking you. Wrong. Just kidding. You're right.
I mean, they make, the plugins Amplitude, which I think are pretty good. They're okay. But the idea is like that. So it's like there was the Lunchbox amp, so which is like a small 15 to 20 watt small amp head.
Don't even get me. You cannot call them Lunchbox amps, Brian. You're getting me hungry.
If there's no fucking puffy Cheetos in there, miss me.
Yeah.
If I can't put my Capri
there's
Sun.
No crackers and cheese that you spread on with that little stupid red stick.
No. It's the bread stick with the cheese. Hello. Come on. Now that
there's
was
no
good.
Snack packs in there.
Yeah.
All right. Call it the shoebox amp.
Yeah. Well, then if you don't have a fucking sick pair of Nike Dunks in there, get out of here.
Get my tummy all rumbling.
But yeah. We talked about it. It's like those little cracker breadstick things. If they would just sell those, like a bag of those, I would crush one.
Yeah.
I'm intermittent fasting. You ate a whole bag of those. 12,000 calories.
This is like all sodium.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is your sodium intake for 3 weeks. Yeah.
Worth it.
And you did it in 30 minutes.
I am.
Yeah, it was a bitch. I would have done it in 10.
I am health. So anyways, the Lunchbox small amps, they were cool ideas, but it feels like that has just been blown over to either having people wanting big amps or just no amp at all. And it's not just the
they came at the wrong time, I think. They didn't have a good enough ride.
And I don't think they're gone.
No. Yeah. I'm just saying, they could have innovated more on those. I mean, was it the Dark Terror or is it Terror, whatever? The
orange
little
ones.
guy.
Yeah, were the first ones. But then they add
the Piranha 60, whatever the.
PV added more shit to like the 6505 because I think they have cab impulse responses on those. But then Mesa added more shit on their mini rectifiers. So you have
Victory.
Tons of stuff.
Is that another one? Victory had one?
Yeah, and then Sewer has the mini Pete Thorne one.
Yeah.
And then they're all doing smaller guys. But I think people are either going to just...
you calling Pete Thorne small?
Yeah.
I don't think you'd like what you're saying.
Yeah. Big tone. So they have... I don't know. It's like they kind of fit that thing. And it's like, oh, because like a lot of them too. It's like once you get to like the nicer ones or whatever, the tube ones, it's like, cool. This is like $1,000 now.
Yeah.
It's like, wait. So I get like a not loud amp and then big loud amp, but I gotta pay a premium for it.
It's like 5-watt amp, but I'm spending $1,000 on it.
Spending
sweet.
I spent like over $1,000. It's like, or you can just like, I'll get a big one. Like here's a fucking 100-watt Marshall for $1,000. Like, cool, I want that.
Yeah.
And it's like you're gonna need to buy a cab anyways. Or they're just like, oh, I want to go the ampless solution, which is going to be
Fractal,
a stomp, maybe that. Or if they're really going that way, they're gonna go the Kemper or Fractal routes, and then even quad cortex and shit like that. Which it does so much fucking more than an amp, right? And then because they do so much more than an amp. Or they go like this new hotness or whatever.
I do much more than amp. I get up, go to work in the morning, bring home the bacon.
I work like a dog every goddamn day. So I don't know. It's like that was like, I don't think the trend's gone or bad, but I just didn't think it hit as much as like, because everybody just, maybe it did, and everybody's like, get them out, get all those small box amps. And then there are people like, thanks.
Yeah.
Did we need 3 PRS mini amps? Probably just not even one.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, Mesa.
We just see more things to put our fucking seagulls on.
Yeah. But yeah, that was one. I don't know if I had a real out on that, but I think they just fit a size that it would be like a really great like at home practice amp, which at that point people are going to be like, well, if I'm at home practicing at low volumes, maybe I should just get like a modeler. You know? Or if people are like, oh, I want a gig, but like, well, some of those like a Bugera, like a buddy had one of those.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Like it just wasn't loud enough. So it's like, okay. It's like, oh, I need something just at a punk show. It's like they wouldn't cut it in a punk band. Maybe if it's mic'd. So at that point, you're like, oh, I need 30 watts or more. So I don't know. Am I going anywhere with this? Probably not.
Then we freaking chase that one down.
So yeah, if people knew where this topic was going, I'm sure we fucked you over. Somehow. It's like they didn't say anything.
God damn it.
Oh, I guess we'll tune in next
week.
Wait
till the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate those fucking videos.
Yeah.
You won't believe what happens. Wait till the end.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Well, that's a trend that has not gone away of the stupid, like,
yeah.
Like the stupid faces on YouTube thumbnails.
Thumbnails, yeah.
And sometimes people
click them.
Yeah.
Why is he all? What's wrong with his face? I better check it out.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we've talked. The reaction videos. So I'm like, here's a video, and you're just like doing some dumb face reaction to a content that you didn't create. I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Fuck them. You're just wasting the internet space by just going. Like you're like fucking God. Anyways, let's bring it down for landing. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. We appreciate you for it. We love you for it. And if you like the show and you want to follow along, join us on social media. We have a Facebook group. It's cooking over there. And then we're on Instagram. Oh, fired that back up. And it's,
yeah,
wild.
Knock the cobwebs out.
Yeah, wild over there. It is honestly way different to post anything on there. I'm like, I'm boomering out. I'm like, what the fuck? I just want to post a picture. What the hell are you doing here? How many buttons do you need? I'm like zooming in. I need my fucking 4X on my title or the text. What's going on here? Anyway, so on Instagram, those linked in the description, as well as our YouTube channel. We're getting subscribers over there. We're getting views. Honestly, sometimes we're getting views on the non-video podcast versions, which I'm like, okay.
No one wants to see our ugly mugs, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that did good numbers, but not the video one. It's the same fucking, okay. Thanks, YouTube algorithm. I'll just get fucked. But you could follow along over there on YouTube. Give us a sub. Give us a thumb. We're we're doing it over there. And then if you really like the show, you can help support us because I need more money to buy socks.
Yeah. Those socks are too damn good.
I need to buy.
Gotta take a loan out.
Powder supplements from James Schrader. Whatever else he's gonna hawk next. But it helps support the show. We put money back in here and helps fund the video and all the website and stuff like that. We appreciate it. Give us a little sub over there on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And if we miss a week here on the main, we don't miss it over there. And there's more bonus podcast, Patreon bonus episodes over there. You get that feed, put it into your favorite podcatcher. Which I haven't done it yet. I got to set it up to where we can get it on Spotify. So some people's like, I don't want more than one fucking podcatcher. I should be able to put the Patreon feed on Spotify very soon. I need to figure that out. I need to stop boomering out and read how to do that.
Oh my goodness, what the hell?
Exactly. What the hell's going on? I mean, I can just have Kyle do it. No. Anyways, so just for the support on Patreon, we want to give you all a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got it right here.
Why don't you give it to the volume?
I have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Red 4. I almost said podcast. Red 4 synth project that he's doing. Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Dougie King. You know, he taught me how to Dougie. That guy. He taught me a lot of other things too. Can't talk about.
Yeah.
Only on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Joe from the Like My Network, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprise Me podcast. I got RJ Smith from Teletalks, Televised Neon. He loves the telly. He loves Teletubbies. He loves telephones.
Yeah.
But I think mainly Telecasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was
That's
some
definitely
other
it.
telly thing. Anyways.
He likes Jellycasters made of jam. Jam. What's the difference between jelly and jam? Is it literally like jelly's added to it, like jelly additive?
I don't know. I thought jam was like...
And jam's like preserves, like just sugar.
I thought it had shit in it. Like chunks of...
No, it's got shit in it.
It just sounds
That's
like
what you're thinking. Stupid fuck.
It's like
Jamie.
there's so many times if you just cut out what I say and it's like there's no context. Kyle,
I just take things literally sometimes. No, there's shit in it.
No, I mean even if like you knew what I was talking about, it's still I sound like a fucking moron. Yeah. I probably have a lower IQ. You're right. No, it's good. Jam's got shit in it. Well, it's got like chunks of fruit in it, right?
Yeah, but
I feel like it would.
Jelly still has that too.
I've only really had like grape jelly. But we're calling balls and strikes here.
All right.
We're not marmalade.
Jamie Davis, let's get the fuck out of here, all right? We're already like pushing like an hour and 40 minutes with this one.
You guys have marmalade?
Yeah, fucking damn. I'm not saying marmalade's not good. Marmalade's good. But you cannot have a marmalade and peanut butter sandwich. Because I will strangle you to death.
Oh, that's why.
Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from He Quits Guitars, Cole Schneider from the band Night Tides out of Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
The Gashville, Nashville, Stashville. Did I say Nashville? You probably figured it out. Anyways. Kevin, wait, no, fuck, dude. I'm goddamn. Hold on, Alvaro Viramontes. I got ice in my mouth. That too.
Need some more Tito's.
Yeah. Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars. Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars. Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. Sean Fahey for the band Shadowhounds out of San Antonio. Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig. Denny Whacked It. Zach Hale. Eric Merrill from... I was going to tell a joke. Eric Merrill from YouTube, Instagram, the Movie Podium Podcast. The guy's a busy lad. Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop Podcast. Matthew Fenslaw. Matthew Davis. Chase Stevens. Pete from over there. And we got a new one.
Yes, we do.
We have...
you didn't write it down, did you?
No, I do. I have it right here. It's Keaton Myrick. Keaton Myrick. That's how I'm gonna say it.
Yes.
Till I get fixed. Till someone corrects me.
Till I get fixed.
Get my tubes tied. Yeah.
Till I get my balls.
Till someone fixes it for me. Yeah. So thank you for joining the Patreon.
Thank you, Keaton. Thank you for joining the Patreon. And thank you, everybody, for listening, for supporting us, for sticking it out till the very end here. Because
I know, it's a long one.
Because of our thumbnails. Whoa. Oh. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.
All right. Bye.